Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kettle Kitchen. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. So, as everybody knows, this is my first live, so bear with some of that because it will put me off a little bit. There, I just turned off my background noise there. Sorry about that. So, I am Tony from Kettle Kitchen. As I said, this is my first live. I want to say hi to a bunch of people who are in, which I greatly appreciate. Jennifer Angel is supposed to be in here. We're not sure if she's going to make it or not because she's got tornado issues. So if she shows up, we'll use her later on. Mr. Boots and Bounty, Steven, thank you for showing up. J-Dub. Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona, Sandy, thank you for showing up. We have Gathered Together Homestead, and that's Glenn and Jess. Hi, guys. Brenda from Red Bird Farms, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Let's see where else we're at. Pike Creek, that would be Renee. How you doing? I hope you're feeling better. Homestead, where are you? Or you are, sorry. Mennonite Farmhouse. Hi, Leanne. How are you doing? Simply Jan. There's the sweetheart lady. Nice to see you. Thank you for showing up. As we go through this, anybody that is a mod, if you could drop the links to the channels, that would be great. I would appreciate it. Hi, Mariana. Thank you. So I have kind of an agenda, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little time welcoming people into chat and thanking them for being here, obviously, because I want to do that. Give me just 1 second here. I need to fix something. This is a little weird being on this end of it because usually I'm on the other end. I'm a guest. I'm not the person hosting. So this is different. And I get what they say when you act like you're talking to yourself because that's the way it feels. Let me see here. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. Maybe that ain't going to work the way I want it to. I thought I seen Jesse come in, but I'm not seeing it in the side chat. Oh, there we go. All right. So, again, welcome everybody. I thank you for being here. A few more people than I expected, and I appreciate that. Grayson Fires here. If I missed somebody, I apologize, but I think I got everybody. So that being said, what I would like to do then is seeing the people we have. Leanne, you have a link, I believe, in Instagram. If you could go over and possibly join us, that would be much appreciated. I'm going to give her a few minutes to do that. So if anybody has any questions, go ahead and pop them up. Make sure that you highlight it so it comes to me at Kettle Kitchen. I'll try to answer what questions I can as we go along. Most of those that are in here know who I am and what I'm about and what my channel's about. But for those that may be on replay, anybody watching replay later on, I greatly appreciate that. but those that may not know, I am a husband. I've been happily married for 27 years. I've got 2 kids. We adopted both of them. They're family adoption. Jaden is our oldest daughter. She's 12. And then Isaiah is our son. He's 9. And then we live also with my mom, who my wife helps take care of her. We live inside of a little small town in Eastern Washington, and we rent. So none of the property that we have is ours. But as I've evolved through this process, I've learned it doesn't matter where you are. If you want to homestead, you homestead where you are. And the name that the channel has that says that is appropriate, I think. Basically, my intention on doing this channel really came down to trying to put out or memorialize recipes for my family and friends to have somewhere down the road if they ever wanted to. I was constantly getting phone calls about, how do you make this and how do you make that? So I just went ahead, instead of rewriting the recipes, I figured it'd be better to put it out so that everybody could access them at any time that they wanted to. As that transition happened, I got into the community, and as the big C happened, we really realized that we needed to do more to try to build up what we can in our own house, whether it was gardening, dehydrating, canning, and freezing and whatnot. So as we went through, we tried the gardening thing. That didn't work out. I'm learning that process as I go along. But as I've said before, the preserving bug was stuck in me, and I know that I think in the first 2 years I did over 2,000 jars of product. Now that's water bath canning, most of that, because I just recently started doing pressure canning, slow process. I'm learning it, but I've done it, and it's becoming more and more apparent to me that the only way I'm going to secure what I can for my family is to put food up and try to preserve as much as I can the best way I can. So in the process of doing that, I've wanted to put information out that people could keep as much of what they're doing safe and make it available when they need it. You don't always know when you can go to the store and the product's going to be there or the product's not going to be there. So the only way to do that is to try to fix it yourself. So really, that's what this channel is about. The other thing that I've evolved into is making this community that I've become a part of and that has taken me in, is try to help out those that I can the best way I can, and try to strengthen the ties and the bonds, because while I'm in what would be considered a canning community or cooking community, there's other people that are in the gardening community, other people that are in the farming community, some are in the prepping community, etc. And you get where I'm going with that. But really, in the homesteading process, I think we're all a part of the same community to some degree, and we overlap, and providing information for everybody to be able to benefit from that, I think, is important. So that gives you the gist of the channel and where I want this channel to go. So I'm going to go ahead and look at some of the comments, because I know a bunch has been popping through. And it seems like, everybody is really willing to give information, help with information. And I think that that's important. I noticed that Organized Pineapple came in. Hello, Hendrickson Family Farm. Hello. And I don't think I've missed anybody else. If I have, I apologize. So what I'd like to do now, in what I just described, that this community has come together, I've got 2 specific people I would like to reach out to, and that is Casey from Boots and Bounty and Boots and Bounty Homestead, and Leanne from Mennonite Farmhouse. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them on, and they're going to join us as guests. Hello, guys.
Hi. Hi. We got to fit in the screen, Leanne.
How are you?
We're good.
Yeah.
Stephen's laughing at me.
And Biden's good too.
Oh,
Am I allowed to say that name on camera?
I really want to give you the opportunity to tell everybody what your channel is about, and then I'll follow up with that behind you. So, Casey, would you mind going ahead and telling us about your channel?
I don't know if your live's going to be long enough for everything I do. But we'll start off. My name is Casey. I am half of Boots and Bounty Homestead. Stephen is in there moderating. He's Mr. Boots and Bounty. So I primarily got on YouTube because, like you said, Tony, so many people were asking me, how do you garden? How do you do this? How do you do that? You know, how do you do everything? And so many people were they wanted to come to the house, but they never had time to. And so I was like, well, why don't we just go ahead and start videoing it? And it'll be there when people get ready, because you can't always make a schedule and have people come to classes or have people come to your house. And, you know, life goes on. So I just started videoing whatever. So I do gardening. We do cooking. I do canning. I do preservation. I do line dancing. And one thing that really I didn't plan on was really getting into the cooking aspect of it. But one thing that that I didn't expect is when my children were leaving the house, especially like Emma, she does a lot of the cooking around here for me. She would leave and go to like her dad's or, you know, to friends' houses or something like that. And she would call me and ask me about how did I make a certain recipe. And I'm like, well, you got me on YouTube. You can take me anywhere you want. So in the long run, really, my kids can take me wherever they want to, and they'll always have my recipes that I have on videos. And so that was really why I started YouTube. And I do a lot of teaching. As most of you know, I say that I am not an entertainer. I am an educator. I am a teacher. I am here for any questions you have, and whatever I'm doing, I know at least one person is out there that needs to know how to do what I'm doing. So I try to video everything. And so I guess that's basically it. I do sewing, I do crocheting, I do cooking, gardening, I do everything from A to Z. Oh, and I also do herbal medicine. I grow all of our medicine out here in my back raised beds, and I make all of our medicine. We have a website where I share what I make with you guys. If you want to purchase it, it's there. Ta-da!
Okay. And is the medicinal part of it, is that something that you have just recently started doing, or is that something you've been doing?
I'm doing that for my members. So I started out, we started our membership a couple of months ago. I think it was a couple months ago. And I'm doing the herbal details. We are foraging. We are making recipes, tinctures, salves, and stuff like that. I do 2 videos for the members a month, more if I need to. But right now I'm doing 2 a month, and I am going in detail of one specific herb at a time, or one weed, one plant, whatever. I'm going one at a time, and we are showing like what we can do with that weed or that plant, and what it does, how to preserve it, how to make certain medicines, and all that good stuff. So that right now is for my members, the bounty hunters, the top tier.
Okay. Okay. Good. So, Leanne, what about you?
Well, I do cooking and baking from scratch, canning and dehydrating videos.
There's her intro.
If you would like to have an interest in that, subscribe to the channel.
That's
if you
good.
want that, what my videos about.
Anything you'd like to add to that?
Well, it's just basically who I am, and you know, I'm showing you what I do.
That.
You come to my house and help me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go work outside and you cook all our meals. We'll team it up.
All right. You come weed my garden and I'll come cook for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
see? Yeah, we'll trade out.
All right.
So what I wanted to do here, and I had actually asked a few others to be on here, and whatever happened, and that's fine. I get that.
I think Grace and
My intention on this segment specifically, she is. She's another guest in the back room.
she's eating
what my goal was. Thank you. What my goal was in this specific segment, and this is inclusive to some of the moderators as well, which I would like to give a shout out to them. We got Steven, Mr. Boots and Bounty, Sandy from Suburban Homestead, Wyoming, Arizona, Brenda at Redburn Farms, and Jesse is supposed to be, and Jesse's here, but I'm having a hard time getting him clicked over in the way I got this set up. So I'm not sure if I'll get to that, but Jesse also is volunteered to do this as well. So I'm very appreciative of them being here and helping out. So thank you guys. This segment though is really inclusive to you guys as well as the moderators I just listed, you two specifically, Danny at Wicked Awesome Garden. And then I got a few other names I want to throw in here, and then I'll come back to the why of this. I have Blue Reliance, Lisa at Yogi Hollow Farm, Daz at My Aussie Garden and Kitchen, Simply Jan Homestead, which I know Jan's in the room, Andale Homestead, Lisa at Sutton's Days, Anna at Fermented Homestead, Linda Tulilu Creates, Jenny Goff at Jenny Scratch Made Kitchen, and more recently, Black's Tropical Homestead. You guys, as what I consider bigger channels, took me in as a new YouTube contributor and helped me get where I'm at. And I wouldn't be here if it specifically wasn't for all those names I listed. In one way or another, this is what I'm talking about when I refer to helping the community out. Leanne, behave.
I am behaving.
When I refer to the community being helped out, that's what I'm talking about. Every one of those names really had no problem saying, here's how you do this, here's what you should do, you should look at this, or this might be one way to look at it or a different way to look at it. And I'm happily sitting at 260 subscribers today in just over 3 months, specifically because of you people. If it wasn't for you people, I would never be where I'm at. And I'm really appreciative of that. And I hope you guys truly understand what it means to me and what it's meant to me.
Absolutely. We've all been in your shoes. You know, everybody starts with one sub. That's what we always said.
Yep.
We always start with one sub, and we all have to help each other out. And Leanne has helped me out a ton doing her collab, and that was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Mm-hmm.
In case he's helped me out.
Right.
She doesn't know. Just being there for me.
I'm just here.
Now
she calls me like, hey, what are you doing?
The other thing I would ask you guys is there something that you guys see, the Q&A part of it I'll throw out there. Is there something that you can throw out to maybe new channels that are just starting that you feel is very important for them to actually look at and consider when wanting to start a channel or make it bigger? Now, the obvious I would say, and I have to throw this out before Casey does, going to Mr. Boots and Bounty's help desk is a big thing because Steven has helped me tremendously in the technical aspect of it. So excluding that, is there something else that you could throw up there in that aspect?
Yes. First and foremost, we say consistency is key. If all you can do is one video a week, do one video a week, but make sure you do one video a week. If you want to do a live and a video, that's 2. You only have to edit 1 though. You've got to be consistent. We took a week off one time, just a week. That was like 2 videos. And it took us 2 months to recover from that. I don't know what it did to us, but it took us 2 months to recover from that. So if you want to start a YouTube video, do a YouTube channel, do one a week. If that's all you can guarantee is one a week, do one a week. The next thing is to get your name out there. You making a channel is not going to get you known overnight unless by some act of God, everybody just boom, 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 sees you and finds you, and you just, grow overnight by some miracle. If that happens, good for you. But if not, you're not going to grow like you think you're going to grow. We've been doing it for June, I think is it June 2nd or June 4th will be our 2-year anniversary. And we're only right over 2,000 subs. Now, Leanne, on the other hand,
I started June 4th of 2021.
So you see the difference here. I've got over 450 videos. She has
75.
So it all depends on, how you get how you get picked up and how I don't went fuzzy and how YouTube sees you.
And it's funny that you said that, because yesterday in Simply Jan's homestead, they did a shout out collaboration, and it was funny when you really, not funny, it's not humorous really, but it was interesting to see there are some people that have been doing this for 4 years that only have 80 subscribers. And then you have some people that have been doing it for, I'll use Leanne as an example, 11 months, and she's got 6,700 subscribers. You have other people that have been doing it for 10 years and they got 25,000, not 100 like a lot of people would. And it really comes down to, I think, at least this is my 2 cents in it, it comes down to being able to get the content out there, get known in the community, and really socialize amongst those other people or channels so that you are getting noticed. That's the important part. You have to make yourself notice, whether that's you individually, the content you're putting on your channel, the socializing you're doing with other channels. Get out there and go onto a live chat. Get out there and do something to get yourself expanded. Now, everybody can't do that, and I get that, but to some degree, I really have to question whether a small channel that has been there for 4 years just isn't doing enough, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think I'm having a little bit of a lag in my internet. Sorry, guys.
It looks fine on my phone here.
Okay.
But whenever we went Shoot Dang Fest, now I did realize when I was talking to people that either I didn't know or I knew of them, and I knew they don't comment, they're not in our lives, that kind of thing. I would walk up to them and talk to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I've seen your name around. I've heard of you. That kind of thing, that kind of relation. I know that our name is out there." But when I look at our analytics, a lot of our stuff comes from Facebook, which is going to be where a lot of the older people come from that watch me, like local people, like all of my old school teachers, all of our old church members, stuff like that have watched me grow up. They're the ones that watch from Facebook that are local here.
Right.
So I know that's where some of it comes from, and they just don't subscribe. They just click on whenever I post it on Facebook, whenever Steven posts it on Facebook. Steven does that.
Right.
But he posts on Facebook, and they just click on it and they go watch the video. So that's where a lot of the subscribers and stuff are kind of hanging in the background and not really being subscribed, but they're watching, so it's a give and take. Are you just there to put your stuff out, or are you there to do it? It is what it is.
Right. So what I want to do is let me look at the chat real quick, because I know some people have come in. It looks like Jennifer is in with us, but it probably can't do video. hello. Capone Cabin, hello. Arkansas Micro Farm, Randy, I believe, hello. Diane Tennant, hello. Laquita from Blind Guy, his wife and their life is in, hello. Thank you for coming. Thank you to everybody for coming. I don't want to put that off on one or two people. Suburban Hillbilly, Rhonda Huber, Ill's in the house. Oh, there's Daz. I see he showed up. Nice to see you, Daz. Thank you. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring our next guest in, and there's another part that we're going to move into that kind of evolves a little bit around what we're talking about. So I would like to welcome Glenda from Grayson Fire.
Hi.
You need a timeout?
Well, I was going to say, if Leanne wanted to add anything to the whole YouTube thing, you could.
Oh, thanks, Casey. I'm glad you ask.
I actually paused for a second and she didn't say nothing, so I thought she didn't have anything to add, so I moved on.
I'm confused. Hey.
So Glenda, hold on just a second. We're going to go to Leanne.
I'll hold. Yeah, go ahead.
We'll come back to you.
Go ahead.
Okay. You got to promote yourself. You got to make sure your stuff is on point. You want to make sure you're giving good quality content. You want to make sure you're just not pushing snow or mowing the grass, because I've seen that in the last week. But anyway, not mention any midnights that are on YouTube or anything. But anyway, you just got to make sure you're doing you, and advice, it is a full-time job. You can't just click on the camera and whip up cookies. I mean, today I had to figure out, my eggs had to be room temperature. I have to make sure my nuts are roasted. And I got to make sure all my ingredients are, prepped before I even throw it in the bowl. Like, just a simple
See you later,
cookie
Tanya. Thank you.
is work. And the people that measure out their
and it's funny that you say that, because actually No, go ahead. Sorry. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I forget what I was saying now. Like the people that film as they're measuring out the ingredients and putting it in the bowl, I'm like, it's like what paint drying, Yeah. Really? That's what I signed up for when I wanted to click on your video.
It's funny on that specifically. I have to say that I'm sitting there and I'm watching a video and somebody's sitting there painfully measuring out 6 cups of flour, and it's like,
I did that in my first video.
You couldn't have had this ready ahead of time. So I get what you're saying in that part. I've done it too. I'm not saying I didn't. I'm just saying I get watching it and seeing how long it takes. So
yeah, I did it in my first one and I was like,
can I move on now, or are you still going?
I can take a nap. Okay, go ahead.
I'm not wanting you to take a nap. Sorry.
Well, the president already left.
So, Glenda. Well, yeah, you got that issue all the time in your house. Really what I wanted to say and why I wanted to pull Glenda in, and actually Jennifer was supposed to be here, but she's having some weather issues. Along with this community being inclusive and dragging everybody, not dragging, I shouldn't mean it that way, but I mean hugging, putting arms around everybody. Glenda and Jennifer are what I feel are new friendships I've made. And I mean, new as in recently, very recently. And they offer a lot of stuff on their channels and a lot of information. And I think it ties into really what I've said in the beginning, which is the new channels have a lot of information. The middle channels have a lot of information, and the channels that have been here for a while have a lot of information. And it's really great if we all can work together and try to make it work for each other, however that may be. And I just wanted to say thank you to Glenda, because you as a smaller channel than I am, or no, I actually don't remember. How many are you up to now?
I think I have 193 or 192 subscribers. Yeah, so I am smaller than you.
Physically too.
Yeah.
I knew you were getting close to 2, but I wasn't quite sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, and I know when you get further down the road and you're at, say, Leanne's numbers at 6,700 or more, 50 is not a big difference. But when you're out where we're at, 50 makes a huge difference.
Oh,
You know, and I'm not saying they haven't been through it, because they have.
Yeah. No, I think
Yeah.
everyone's
But I
a
think it's great that
celebration.
we all can work together and talk together and provide information. So, yes. So now that I'm done talking for a second, why don't you go ahead and tell us about your channel?
So I'm actually very new to YouTubing. I just started the channel privately in November, but I kicked it off in January. And I was hesitant in starting the channel. My mom has a YouTube channel, and my mom has been asking me for a long time to start a channel. I've been urban homesteading since 2011. When my husband was military, he was in the military, and he was medically retired. I'm a full-time caregiver for him, and I had to find something to put my hands in the soil to kind of ground me, something good for me, just that I enjoyed, and also preserving foods. I had to, find something, to help store up food. Our budget had completely changed from that active duty paycheck. So being able to be self-sufficient was important to me as well. So my mom had been, hey, Glenda, I need you to think about a YouTube channel. I'm very supportive, but I just kind of was like, nobody really wants to hear from me, And I was talking to Sherry from Black's Tropical Homestead, and she kept going, you're an urban homesteader. You've got chickens. Why aren't you on YouTube? And really, she was my push to do it. So I have a great deal. It wasn't my mom. It was really Sherry, but my mom should get some credit, I should say. But I've been modding for my mom for a while. So I've been around the YouTube community for a little bit, just as a moderator.
So who is your mom?
My mom is Ann from the Ann Lynn Show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Lynn is actually my aunt. They're two real sisters. So in real life, and I live closer to my aunt. My mom abandoned us, as I like to say. She moved to upstate New York, and we live in Southern Indiana. So she didn't really abandon us, but I like to tease her for it, just because I'm her daughter. So, but it's nice that we can all connect this way through the YouTube world and have that closeness. So anyhow, she's a much bigger channel. Well, they're a much bigger channel than I am. But I've been urban gardening and canning and preserving, and I just got a freeze dryer. So now that's a whole new world for me as well. And I actually have something going right now downstairs, and I'm hoping it doesn't pick up because it's about to go off. So it's a whole new world for me, and I love it. And I really do believe that you don't have to have a farm or a big,
Right.
piece of property to be a homesteader. You can use this as your classroom wherever you're at, and get out there and just do this, and use your space wisely. Right. So that's what I'm about. So and then I do some advocating as well for my caregiver group as well. So I have a little bit.
So when you sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. It's okay.
He's got a bad lag.
He does.
Okay. I do, and I'm sorry about that. So what made you decide yourself to do the jump into YouTube, in the sense of, say, not helping your mom and aunt's channel out and more I mean, I'm not sure if you, because I just realized actually that that's what, or who your mom is. And I didn't know that until just before the broadcast. But did you have a problem with moving in the thought process of now I need to worry about my channel? Is that cause an issue for you when you're modding for them on their channel? Or do you find that they kind of coexist with each other?
No, they coexist. And actually my mom has been a real great help with me. You know, if I get stuck on something, I can pick up the phone, and we use live stream and go private. We never actually broadcast, and she'll help me work out things, and has been just a real great teacher. And she's fabulous with that kind of stuff. And we work really well together. So, and she really believes in helping other channels too, not just mine. So that's just, my mom's personality is just a real big helper. So yeah, it was a real easy transition, and to have that support system like that just makes it fabulous for me coming on. But I am still learning a few programs, so I wish she were closer, because she actually does all of the editing for their show, and I wish she were closer so I can just sit down with that part. That's kind of my own struggle, is the editing on some things. Yeah. So, but it's a real good partnership between the two channels, but we're completely separate of each other. It's just a good partnership to have that help. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can see the girls are needing something to talk about, it looks like.
No, we're waiting to talk.
No.
So in what I was talking about as far as new friends that I know I've been interacting with, and the way that the channels seem to be expanding, even if it's slow or it's fast. What would you guys recommend in this specifically? I know we hear a lot of times when you enter into YouTube world, you should have a genre and you should find that niche and you should stick to it. But what I'm finding, or at least from my perception, is that while that is a direction to go, falling over into these different categories also helps a channel out. And what I'm referring to is if I'm doing, say, mainly canning, but I also go to the gardening channels, or I go to the whatever other channel that might be. Do you think that it's important for new channels to be willing to do that and think out of their box, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, you've got to find that something special that helps you. Like our line dancing, that's what everybody knows us for. Who cares about the canning or cooking? They know we line dance. They don't know nothing about us, but they know we line dance. But yeah, we've stepped over into the prepping, and you'll even notice you'll kind of get in the little grouping on YouTube, and you've got to find a way to get out of that grouping. We've done a lot with shoot dang. We've done a lot with, the Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas kind of people. And we noticed at one point we kind of got stuck. So then we moved over and, expanded into the prepping community. That helped us a lot. And then we expanded up to the Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Kentucky, that kind of range of group of people. So we're growing our friends and expanding where we are going, even geographically. So that does help in not just the genres or the niches, but also in aerials, because we've noticed you kind of get comfortable with the people you're in, and you don't really grow as much unless you kind of venture out, or just like I said, you just kind of get caught in a miracle and you just grow everywhere. But don't let it kind of get geographically stuck. You'll have to kind of get out of that. Find other people. Look at the people that are in your lives and go to some of their people, because they may cover other grounds.
Right.
And I'm not a big.
So what was the question? I'm sorry. I had a phone call.
Are you serious?
My husband called me. I had to take it.
Oh, okay. So I guess what I'm saying is, do you feel it's better for a new channel to stay in their niche only, or be willing to go outside of that box to expand their channel and make it bigger and grow? I guess is ultimately what I'm asking.
No, you have to expand. Even just watching other genres to see what is working for them and not working for them, and critiquing what can I do better since I'm watching them. And I might be in the homesteading community, but I'm also in the cooking community. They don't do as many as lives as we do, and I'm wondering why, but you know.
Because they ain't found us yet. Our community.
I've tried to get people from there, like Ann at What's Up Homestead or Family. Yeah. Sorry, Ann. And My Table of Three, they're in her community, but they still haven't. I guess I have to poke them a little harder. But you know, you have to not stay in one spot, because you're just going to dig yourself a hole. Walking in place. Did I just say a cliche?
I think so.
Sorry. It's true. Don't.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Spot.
Right.
I mean, not to. I'm also in the canning group.
Oh,
you know. She said a couple of good things you should highlight. There's one other one that she said.
Which would that be?
She also said going live with problems is where a lot of people will tune in to help also. She said that.
Yes. Yep. I agree with that. So it appears I have another gentleman in the background who would like to come in. So I'm going to bring our next guest up. And nobody knows who it is, do they?
No, you didn't tell us.
Hello, Daz. How are you?
And I get the duck.
Hi.
Yay. Day, mate.
My name's Daz. I like poetry, long walks on the beach, puppies, cute furry animals.
Do you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain?
Well, now that you mentioned it. Oh, and I have a wife and 6 kids, so.
And you've been books.
Been there, done that.
G'day, everybody.
I'm having a bad lag in my internet, guys. Sorry.
We can keep the live going.
Pedal faster, Tony. Just pedal faster.
I'm trying. I must have caught up because now I'm catching up to you guys.
At least your screen's getting clear.
So I wanted to specifically bring Daz up because Daz is one of those new people, but he's new to me, but he's not new to the shows that I tend to go to. It's like a lot of people know him, and Daz has been very willing to be, at least from my experience, open to me. He converses with me. If I got a question, he's answered it. And I like his show. His content's good, and he's out there to promote what he does. And I think that he is one of those channels that are very strong in support to new channels. And for that, I wanted to thank you for that. I think that's a great thing.
Wow. Well, first of all, checks in the mail. Thank you very much.
I think it's the other way around.
No.
Saying you.
No, thank you. No, well, I mean, I started my channel because of I've got extreme mental health issues, and a lot of people that don't know me don't know that I've not left my house in 3 years with agoraphobia and a bunch of trauma and stuff. So initially, I started the channel to say to people, you know what? I've been locked up in my house, and my routine was going to bed, getting out of bed, coming to a recliner, putting on Netflix or a video game and doing that for a day, going back to bed, not talking to my family, nothing. Then I started getting out into my garden, and wow, that just...
Uh-oh.
Oh no, poor Tony.
Oh,
Oh no.
Party time. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, everyone, let's all talk about Tony, make fun of him.
take over the channel.
Yeah.
I hope he can get back in.
I do too.
Oh man, he'll be back. He just needs to pedal faster.
We can just
Yeah.
listen to Daz.
All right, well, just while he's getting back, I guess I'll just keep on quickly just
Yeah.
explaining that. So what I did was I realized that, you know what, getting out into my garden and getting busy and everything is taking my mind off the things that are messing with my head, and I'm getting a sense of accomplishment by growing things and being successful and learning. Hey, Tony, welcome back to our show, mate. I'm glad you could make it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just letting you guys know the internet went out because of a storm coming through. So
Oh no.
I apologize for that.
Don't apologize.
Yeah, don't.
So where were we?
Dad was
Sorry.
talking.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tony, I was just explaining that basically I started the channel
Okay.
because I wanted to have other people with mental health issues understand that we can get out there and find, like in my case, because my agoraphobia, I can't mow my front lawn. It's an issue. It's a really bad issue I've got. But I can go into my backyard, and so can everyone else that has these issues, make it our own space. And I've now got, 60 plus fruit trees and food vines and berry bushes and garden beds where I grow my own food, and I'm a qualified chef, so I can cook. So I grow everything and I cook and preserve it myself. And yeah, the idea was to tell everyone else, look, don't feel trapped, break out of that cycle of,
Should be okay.
yeah, just break out of the cycle, get out there. And even if it's a small container gardening, a lot of people think that I'm on a farm or a massive homestead because of what I have here. And I'm only on a half acre. And as I said, I've got so many trees and bushes. And so, yeah, I just want to get the message out there to everyone that don't get stuck into this routine and don't let it beat you down and defeat you. Find joy in your garden and start small. Start with some pots and get the satisfaction and go from there. So, yeah, anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to take over. That was, yeah.
I think another thing that's important to know is no, you're fine. I think what's important for other people to think about too is when they're doing a channel, they need to do something they enjoy, because if you don't enjoy it, you are not going to like this process. And so I think it's important for everybody to do that. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, we're getting to a point where we're at almost 50 minutes. And so I was trying to keep this at an hour for everybody. I'm not ready to go yet. I got a couple things. I think what I'm going to do is on Friday nights, I think I'm going to do a live chat at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please hit the thumbs up. Good job. Thank you, card lady. And that'll be on Friday nights. I'm going to do it that way because I know Sandy's also doing Late Night with Nana at, I believe it's 8 o'clock. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that because I did see that there was quite a few people that were still there. So, and it helps you guys out. I know Daz and Blue both are on different hour schedule than we are. So, if they want to get on and chat with people, I think it will help them as well. The other thing too is, so the big news for me that's been out and about has been the Jam It Up June collaboration. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that if I could. we are doing in the month of June. Every day in the month of June, we're going to have a new jam jelly preserve that's going to be put out there. That is going to go every day. There will be one new video, except for the first day. We're going to have two. Myself and the Flavorful Home will be putting a video out. And then at the end on June 30th at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to do a giveaway live stream. And in the collaboration, these are jams and jellies that are either water bath canned, steam canned, or you can do a refrigerator jam or a freezer jam. And I know I've said this on a couple of the channels I've been on there, but I do want to repeat it. There's also a different way of doing jam that will be introduced for some people. And I don't think many people know about this. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I was shocked when I heard about it. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And
really? Were you really shocked?
In order to figure out what that is and which channel it is, you got to show up. And I would hope that you would comment. Sorry.
I know the hood of the car was a little extreme, wasn't it?
Sorry.
Oh, I told
Yes,
y'all,
it
don't
was.
challenge me. I will do it.
So what I was going to say is that I think what's important is that each channel or each person that does go into the collaboration, they need to comment on each one of the videos, because that's going to broaden the chances for you to win. And I would also ask that you also like and share. And if you like the content, please consider subscribing, because those channels could use it. I did leave in the description box on this live a list of all the prizes. There's 19 prizes going out.
Wow.
Their donations from ForJars are part of that. ForJars Lids, and donations from McSunley kitchenware. They're donating a 21.5 quart steam bath canner. That's the only prize, that one specifically, that can't be shipped out of the lower 48 U.S. states, because that's their shipping policy. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that. And in this collaboration, we also are allowing the collaborators to be into a drawing as well. And so that's something a little different for a lot of people. I think that's it. Unless anybody else has anything they want to add to it.
I'm just looking forward to watching. I'm not participating, but as a viewer, I'm stoked. I can't wait. And I've actually got a big, it's a stack of printer paper here, because I don't have a notebook. And I'm basically going to be collecting recipes over that month, which is going to be really cool. And yeah, I've got a scrapbook that I'm sort of making of all my collection of recipes that I get from people. So yeah, nice one, Tony. It's going to be sensational.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope it works out and everybody enjoys it. So,
and this
anybody else?
One, no, I just want to say I'm keen to know what this mystery method is that you're talking about. Like, Land's talking all cryptic over there, and I'm wondering if it's someone with a baseball bat and a bunch of fruit on the bench or something. And yeah,
no, it's a swimming pool, and you stomp on them.
Oh, a wine barrel.
It reminded me of I Love Lucy stomping berries for the wine booth. Yeah. So I want to really personally make sure I take the moment to say thank you to each and every one of you sitting on this panel. Thank you for being friends. Thank you for being willing to help to make this channel get where it's at. The friendships I've created over the last 3-4 months have been awesome. And I couldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for you guys. And the other thing that goes along with it is the moderators. I really want to make sure I say thank you to them, because without them, obviously I didn't pay a lot of attention to chat tonight because I wanted to get these things out. But without them, I couldn't have done what's been done. So again, Sandy at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona, Mr. Boots and Bounty, Steven, Brenda at Redbird Farms, and of course, Jesse at Lazy Days Ahead with Lisa and Jesse. Jesse and Lisa. Sorry, Lisa and Jesse. I couldn't have done it without them, so I do appreciate that.
And Leanne.
I did. What did I forget? Yeah, but did I have you listed as a mod in here?
Yes.
Okay, then
I
thank
was
you,
a panel
Leanne.
and a mod.
Here you go, Leanne.
Great.
Got you, girl. Got you, girl.
Anyways, take your bow. You earned it.
Well, since I have the floor, I want to go on public record.
So again, I'm going to try to do like I said.
It's that
I'm
lag.
going to try to go ahead and be on Friday night at 9 p.m. on Pacific Standard Time. And again, if anybody has any questions or anything, please send me an email or a Instagram message or something, and I'll get back to you. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you so much.
Lee,
Congratulations on your first one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
yeah,
you.
indeed. Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
go.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Go.
Thanks, Tony.
Bye.